Okay, we're going to do a quick mod. Let's see how long it takes. First step, of course, take the back case off. And there are a total of 8 screws. It's faster with a power tool. Sorry, 7 screws. Okay, I'm going to flip this over. There's one cord that is connected through it. We are going to be reusing this, one of the cables. Actually, there's 2 cables that are going through it. So we're going to want to take out both of these. So there's a little bit of glue in here. But it will pop it up. Try to not pull too much on the actual wires. Now we're free, we can leave that for later. Now let's take our new board. It's a replacement board. It's going to fit exactly into place there. But before we remove this completely, let's do one wire at a time. So this is the audio port. We aren't going to use that, so we're just going to leave that one out. The next one over here, it's labeled, but it's always good to follow what we got. So this one is the white connector, which you will see white and black is on the shift down switch. So there is on the board something marked shift down. So we're going to plug it in to shift down. And while we're at it, we'll take the gray and black wire, which is right here, because that is the shift up. So shift up is conveniently located right beside shift down. So these buttons on the side here are start, B, and A. So we will take this on our new layout, they are at least. So this one right here, on mine, it's gray and or brown and black. This is our start button. So we will find start to be right here. Start goes in. This is our B button, double green. Take this one out first because it's easier to get to. My fingers. And then green. So green was B. B is located right beside start. And this, also the same colors. This is our A button. There are choices of which ones to put A into, and we're going to put it right here. That takes care of those. This one going inside of the steering wheel is the rumble motor. So take that out, plug it into rumble. Rumble button is upside down from the other ones. They only fit in one way, so just whichever way they fit. And so if we want to plug the steering wheel in, that's obviously this one. So remember, this board's going on front of this. So steering wheel is one of the 3-way buttons, and it is right there. Okay, we're almost done. This one is the on-off switch, power. And we are going to put that into power, which is located power switch right here. Not the red one, power switch. The three-way switch is located right here. And that one is called toggle, because that's what it is. And right beside that one. There, so everything's disconnected from the old board. And we can now take the old board off. 3 screws. OutRun is slightly different layout, but the board will fit. Old board, save it for later. Sure all the wires are located cleanly. Find those 2 stems. Tighten it down, not too tight of course, but tight enough to be snug. And then everything but the USB cable is done. 3rd screw. So before you close it all up, let's plug in the USB cable and do a little test on the computer. We got the screw, make sure all the buttons are doing what you expect them to. Let's do it. There, nice and snug. Wires all fit well. I didn't even take the zip ties off, so it stays nice and clean. One more plug only. So this black one, this was a power cable, which we are doing differently now. So this one you don't need. You can take it off if you want, or you can just leave it there. The white one is for the pedals, so we do need that. And so it just goes into the pedal connector. Find the right orientation, plug it in. So before we go any further, we're going to double check all the buttons and the pedals and the wheel. So take the USB cable, plug it into the board. We're not going to worry about threading it through or anything. We're just using USB cable to do testing. We're going to also take the pedal wire before we plug this in. Plug the pedal wire into the pedal connection. Snap that into place. And we're going to flip our control deck over so we can see all the controls. And now we will plug it into the computer and see what we get. Okay, so we're going to go to gamepad-tester.com, and up comes this screen, and it's asking you to hit a button. When we hit a button, it will recognize it as a game Xbox controller. So now when we hit our various buttons, I have this control deck upside down for some reason. So we know this is supposed to be our start button. So if we hold down start, we get start. If we hold down the B button, we're getting B. If we're holding down the A button, we're getting A. The toggle switch is select when we go to the right, and X when we go to the left, and our stick will be up and down. Up, down, very good. On and off switch is obviously for power, so that won't show up here. The pedals will be variable and working. And last but not least, steering wheel, which you can see down here. one more test to do, and that is to test the rumble. On gamepad tester, you can hit vibration, and when you do, you will hear the rumble. Can't see anything, but you can hear it. Rumble motor is working. So that's the test you want to do to make sure all the buttons are configured and plugged into the right spots before we go any further.